Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there, for she was once a true love of mine. Tell her to make me a cambric shirt, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, without any seam or needlework. Then she shall be a true love of mine. Tell her to wash it in yonder well, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, where never sprung water or rain ever fell, and she shall be a true love of mine. Tell her to dry it on yonder thorn, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, which never bore blossom since Adam was born. Then she shall be a true love of mine. Now he has asked me questions 3, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. I hope he'll answer as many for me, before he shall be a true love of mine. Tell him to buy me an acre of land, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, between the salt water and the sea sand. Then he shall be a true love of mine. Tell him to plough it with the ram's horn, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, and sow it all over with 1 peppercorn, and he shall be a true love of mine. Tell him to shear it with a sickle of leather, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, and bind it up with a peacock's feather, and he shall be a true love of mine. Tell him to thrash it on yonder wall, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, and never let 1 corn of it fall. Then he shall be a true love of mine. When he has done and finished his work, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, oh, tell him to come, and he'll have his shirt, and he shall be a true love of mine.